Hi there, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to our channel. Now, this is the second video of the entire series for Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. And in this video, I'm going to talk about components of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Now, fundamentally speaking, depending upon the OS on which you are working, it can be Windows, Mac, or Linux, there are different components. So let's understand how every component of MDE works with the real-time scenario. Imagine there is a machine that you want to onboard to MDE, and let's take an example of Windows machine. In Windows specifically, there are two different components which are responsible to make sure MDE works as expected. Now, the very first one is AV, which is kind of there to make sure real-time actions are taken. For example, real-time scans, or let's say blocking a specific threat. However, there is one more component which is called sensor, which is basically responsible for taking actions which are initiated from security.microsoft.com portal, as well as capturing everything related to the machine, which basically means end-to-end endpoint behavior. Now, the reason why I'm saying this because I want to show you a documentation which basically lists all the processes which are involved in MDE. Okay. So this is the specific documentation, and I will add this link in the description. Please go ahead and read this documentation. And in this particular section of client processes, you see I'm getting three different tabs: Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. For now, let's talk about Windows. So if I talk about Windows, specifically client devices or new server OS, there are three different sections: EDR exclusion, registry path, and antivirus exclusion. As well as there is one more section called Endpoint DLP. Now, if I talk about this particular section, these are the set of processes which are involved in making sure EDR is working as expected. Now, when I say EDR, I'm saying endpoint detection and response. And that's the reason why you see Windows Defender Advanced Threat Protection folder, right? So fundamentally, these services are responsible for EDR to work. Then there is a specific registry path which gets updated whenever you onboard your machine. Okay. Now this registry path has a lot more information about what is the org ID, what is the onboarding method, and whatnot. So I will be talking about this once we'll show you the onboarding. But for now, just keep this as a reference point that there is a dedicated registry path which holds all the onboarding information. And then you see this AV component, which is basically responsible to take actions on the machine. Now, fundamentally, the reason why we have this section, because the moment we onboard a machine to MDE, it is by default available on the compliance portal or purview portal. Okay. Now the question is that this sensor gets activated once we onboard the machine. Fundamentally, we don't have to install anything. Both these components are built into the OS. However, once we run the onboarding script, this sensor gets activated. Then the purpose of the sensor is to send all the information to a dedicated MDE instance. Now, what do I mean by this? That likewise in Entra ID, every directory is an isolated instance, right? Similarly, in MDE also, every MDE instance is an isolated instance for a specific customer. Now, you may choose any region depending upon your requirement. We'll talk about the region availability as well. But as of now, the information which will be captured for my tenant will be stored in US. And this is my tenant ID and this is my org ID. So fundamentally, that's the reason why I have mentioned that all the information which is captured from Windows machine is kind of ingested or sent to a dedicated customer isolated MDE instance. But now the question is what all information is collected from the device which is onboarded to Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Now there are n number of different information fundamentally which is captured, and what I'm showing you right now is the set of information which is publicly available through Microsoft documentation. So if I talk about the very first category, it's basically the file metadata, everything about file name, size, hashes. Similarly for process which are running, process hashes, then registry data, network connection data, device details, and software inventory data. Now this data is basically captured to provide you insights for vulnerabilities, right? Just one example. Now, fundamentally, once all this information is captured, it is stored in MDE instance for 180 days. The portal shows you the event timeline, which you can go back to 180 days and whatnot. However, in advanced hunting console, the data can only be queried for last 30 days. And where exactly you can find tenant location, something I've already shown you by going to settings section and then clicking on account. Now the question comes, what exactly happens once all this information is captured? Now see, you are sending all this data, or machine is sending all this data to a dedicated isolated instance of MDE. And once this data is received actually by the cloud service, there is something called Cloud Security Analytics, which defines the behavior of a specific machines, or which tries to understand what exactly is happening on the machine. Now, depending upon all these different behavior or signals or telemetry which the Cloud Security Analytics is receiving, it shows you insights, which can be in the form of, let's say, alerts or incidents if there are any anomaly, or what should be done, or let's say a specific recommendation. Now, once all this part is sorted, the question comes that how exactly Microsoft Defender for Endpoint is able to detect everything that's happening in the wild, or how it can associate a specific vulnerability which exists on a machine with an actual exploit that has happened. So there is a lot more information which is kind of shared between MDTI and MDE, or you can think about a scenario wherein MDTI data is kind of used in MDE. Now, MDTI basically means Microsoft Defender Threat Intelligence, right? Now, since all the TI data is already available to our endpoint security solution by default, so if there is anything malicious which is happening, it's kind of highlighted on the portal itself. So these are all different components which fundamentally work. Now, I have shown you the example for Windows, but fundamentally speaking, you can go ahead and read about Mac as well. So these are all different process which runs on Mac. Similarly, for Linux, you can say these are the different processes. Now, the question comes, where exactly all this data is available on the portal? So there are two different sections in advanced hunting where you can find the information which is getting captured from your devices. So right now I'm signed into security.microsoft.com. I can go to investigation and response. Here I will click on hunting, and then I'll click on advanced hunting, and then I can go ahead and choose any of the table for MDE to query the respective set of data. So if I'll scroll down, you can see this is the set of tables which are created based on MDE, or let's say these are the tables which have the data which is getting captured through MDE. So again, AV component, sensor component, a cloud security analytics service, which is working under the hood to make sure everything is detected, and a close integration with MDTI results MDTI insights to be available with MDE, and that's how MDE works in a nutshell. So this was all about knowing the components of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. In the next video, I will show you how you should plan your deployment for Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So if you think that this channel is helping you to learn anything new, please feel free to subscribe and share this video with your technical community. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.